Welcome to the Go Zero Happy Hour. Today we're talking about the rise of the EV and all things electric, as usual, and the future of the auto industry. I'm Rick Boullemier, aka the Sustainable Dad, and as always joined by the Go Zero's head honcho, Mr. David Wells, with our special guest today, the man behind the awesome British Motor Show, one of the best events in the UK, maybe even the world. Welcome to the Go Zero Happy Hour, Mr. Andy Entwistle.
Hello.
How are you, Andy?
Hello. I'm good, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Very, very well. It's been
I feel it's a wine, not a beer, I'm afraid. That makes me look more sophisticated, but it's all a lie.
It all fits.
As we normally do at this time of the week, we catch up with our friends in the industry. So thank you very much for your time, much appreciated. And we'll get into more about the British Motor Show and how the event's been affected by Corona, but also some of the wicked and amazing things that I know that you're bringing to the next one. But before we get into that, it is time for the highlights of the week. So David, what's been your top bit of the week?
Right, my highlight, version 2 of our app will drop onto the App Store either later today or over the weekend. Yeah. That brings our marketplace online with 2 amazing partners, Personal Electric Transport and Wow Bike. We also reduce our time for pre-booking from 12 hours to 2. And we've got some minor bug fixes in there as well. So Marketplace is coming with great discounts across there. And Marketplace is only going to get better as we go forward.
Excellent.
Super excited.
Very
brilliant.
Andy, what's been your highlight of the...
Big week for us, actually. I can't reveal who it is, but we signed our headline sponsor on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And it was something that's been going on for quite a while. Obviously, it was on the way up to lockdown, and then it got put on hold. So this is big news for us, and we're going to release the name in a couple of weeks.
It's not us, is it?
Sorry?
It's not Go Zero, is it?
Not this year, not this year, but we're going to work on that.
Maybe next year. I tell you what, the investor round's been going very well. So we've been getting some great investment for Go Zero to help scale up the business. So this time next year, it'll be great to be involved on a bigger scale. And,
absolutely.
So yeah, my highlight of the week, lads, has been finishing a little promo video, which explains a little bit more about Go Zero. So here is an exclusive first peek at that video.
Everything electric. Cars, planes, boats, all powered through renewables.
Go Zero is building a community that wants to change the way we travel for the better. Cleaner, greener, more sustainable, more efficient, and more affordable transport. Everything electric. We see a future where you can travel door to door up to 500 nautical miles with zero pollution, enabling passengers to book, ride, fly, stay, commute, all through our mobility app. Let's Go Zero, everything electric.
Fantastic, well done.
That is great. That is
labour of love. So
brilliant, really good.
So that's my highlight of the week. Hopefully that explains a little bit more about what Go Zero does for anyone that doesn't and is just tuning in to our happy hour. And as I mentioned, Andy Entwistle, the CEO of the British Motor Show, is in the Zoom room. Tell us a bit more about the Motor Show and what people who haven't been are missing out on.
So we mentioned before, the Motor Show was due to happen this August. But with COVID-19 and the pandemic this year, we had to make the decision earlier this year to push it back. So it's now pushed back to August 2021, which it's disappointing, but it's the right thing to do. And we couldn't have delivered it the right way without that, because we're delivering something really different. The motor shows of old, I've been a car lover since I was 3 or 4 years old. And my love for cars came from visiting the motor show when I was a child, taking all of those brochures home, sitting in those cars, put my sticky fingers all over them. And the last motor show, the last British motor show that we had in the UK was 2008. and we haven't had one since. And a lot of people don't actually realise that. They think it's been happening in the background, but it hasn't. And I just decided, you know what, we need to bring this back. My background's automotive. I've been in events for a long time. And just thought, right, we need to do this. We need to do something for the UK, and we need to do something different. So it's not, we're not going after Geneva. It's not a Geneva. It's not a Paris, not a Frankfurt. It's a very different type of show. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it more interactive. So it's a fun day out. So it's appealing to the kids and to the families and to the car lovers. And what we're doing really differently, and I think you'll really appreciate this with where you guys are going with Go Zero, is we're looking at the whole raft of automotive. Rather than a normal motor show, which has just got a hole full of new cars or concepts that you can't buy, this is actually about the stuff you can get in, you can press the buttons, you can feel, you can buy. We've got a hall on classics, because we all love an old classic car, and that'll bring the old car fans in. We've then got a hall of new cars, all the latest stuff that you'll see. And then we've got the technology halls as well. And that's where we've got our EV zones, and we've got a tech theatre, and that's where we will be trying to encourage people to try electric vehicles for the first time. Yes. There's a lot of people out there who, oh, I don't like electric, and they've never tried it. That's just based on a perception. So what we want to do with the show is actually get people involved in cars. So we've got test driving, and we've got dynamic kind of involvement in an arena. And one of the things that I'm really excited about, this ties everything, this sums up the show. We're doing filming on Tuesday. So we've got a live arena, and there's a guy called Paul Swift. I'm sure a lot of you know who Paul is. He's a stunt driver. He was involved in Top Gear Live, and he's going to be looking after our arena. And we got him in a 1957 Type 2 pickup, VW pickup split screen, that's been converted to electric. So, we all know that these things, they're really cool. And this thing is a rat look van. So it's cool looking anyway. It's worth a fortune being a split screen pickup. And a company called Electrogenic converted it to electric power. And I said, look, we want to promote this part of the show. I've got a good idea. So Paul came down and he did a few of the donuts, and he did his little show in his Fiesta, which is fantastic. Then we got him into Type 2, and they managed to reprogram it. They took a lot of the brains out of it and let him just basically hooligan it around. So I don't think anyone's ever seen a Type 2 do what he can do. And it's really cool because this thing can break traction, and he's got this thing donutting around with smoke pouring out the back of it, and it's electric. And the idea behind that is it's showing people electric can be fun. It's not sensible.
But the problem is people are still going to go, it doesn't sound the same. And that is still a big issue. And that's the same, and I can understand that because...
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be honest, we had a 1967 Mustang there at the same time. And when that fired up, and a McLaren, those two fired up, everyone turns around and looks at them. I get it because
I'm a Tesla. It's not quite the same, is it?
No, it's not. But I think it's kind of what we're conditioned, and I think slowly people will realise that these cars drive better, they're more reliable, they're better for the environment, more sustainable,
and fast.
All of those great things. So, considerably faster, yeah. So I think it's going to take time. And what's interesting is that so within the British Motor Show, we've got an area called Retro Electric, which is a show within a show. And this area is dedicated to converting classic cars to electric. And it's a growing industry, and there's more and more people doing this. And the website that we've got that's promoting that, when you get on Facebook and we start talking to people, that's what everyone says. You get a lot of people who love the idea. Anyone who criticizes it, the criticism is, well, it doesn't sound like a V8. Yeah. You're right, it doesn't. But equally, as the younger generation come through, they're not conditioned to think that a car's got to sound great. They don't look at it that way. So I think that they will appreciate it the way that we don't.
David, you got kids, haven't you? How do they your Tesla?
Oh, my kids aren't. It's funny enough, I'm a car nut like you, Andy. I've grown up in the 80s with the supercars on the walls and stuff and the noise. But, just getting into an electric car, and I've been driving one for 5 years, they're awesome, they're fast, they're quick, they're fun. My kids are more into the tech in the car than anything else, than the actual noise of it, because that's what they're used to. They're used to getting in there, messing with the screen, Spotify, Netflix, the drawing app, the fart app. It's all interactive for them. But that's how they're engaged and into the world of Tesla and EVs. And yeah, like you say, let's make cars exciting again for the future generation coming up. You're totally right about the conditioning on them. They don't need the noise when they won't ever have experienced that before. Certainly, my kids are kind of 6, 8, and 12. So yeah, I'm super excited.
It's a difficult one because I don't want to, I am still a petrol head. Can't beat a V8, can't beat the sound of a Mustang. So I'm not saying that I don't love that, I do, but I also realize that we're moving away from those times. And in 15 years, you're going to have these lovely classic V8s that you're not going to be able to drive in many places. So we've got to move with the times. And if you say to someone, you can have a car that sounds great but doesn't look that fantastic, or you can have this wonderful classic Mustang that's quicker, more reliable, and is great to drive, what would you rather have? Begrudgingly, people are going to say the latter.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
We did a day with the guys at the car crowd not so long ago up north, and we did a track day, and they brought a load of great cars like the GBS Zero cars, which are amazing bits of machinery, really quick, great to throw around a track. And but they also had a classic Ferrari, and the engine noise was incredible, but it was kicking off all sorts of fumes and stuff. We raced against the Ferrari, and we raced against the Tesla, and there was absolutely no comparison. But I think going to events like British Motor Show, it's a great chance for people and kids and families to go, do you know what? Let's test out different vehicles. And will you be doing things like electric scooters and electric bikes as well?
Yeah, so the tech hall is covering all of that. So electric bikes, electric scooters, electric motorbikes. We've got a couple of people that have talked about bringing those along, all the way through to the electric cars. And it's not just electric. We've got the EV zone, which will be all of the great electrics. But we'll also be looking at hybrids, because there's still a place for hybrids. We know that people are moving to electric, but not everyone's quite ready. So what we're trying to do is, through our tech hall and we're going to have a technology theatre, where we can start to answer the questions that you're getting asked all the time, and we are, to encourage people along that journey. So maybe you're not quite ready to run an EV yet, but your next car should definitely be a hybrid. Yeah. But equally, we will have,
plug-in hybrid.
Plug-in hybrid, absolutely.
Plug-in hybrid. Yeah, we've got a charger for that.
Yeah, but we've got 2 test drive parts of the show. One of it's for plug-in hybrids and the current crop of internal combustion engine cars, because manufacturers still want to get people in those. But the other one is going to be getting people into electrics. And it will be, from, the Honda E and the Mini right through to the more unusual stuff. And it might be, we'll have a couple of classics there. And what we're trying to encourage is, come drive a car. So, you're currently driving your Mondeo, and it's a great car. And you've got this fear because you've never even driven an automatic. But I can guarantee, as soon as you sit in that car and you drive it for a couple of miles, you'll get it. So I think I see the show as being something for everyone, and what we're trying to do is appeal to those that aren't yet converted. There's still the tech hall will be great for those that are converted. We've got a couple of really great exhibitions, a couple of firsts, I hope. So for those that already love their EVs, there's a load for them. But there's a big part of this show which is for people who aren't converted, that we can help convert or at least put them in front of the new vehicles.
That's great, because we were only just talking this morning on a call that we had internally about how do we get more people to understand EV technology, driving them, what it means in day-to-day life. So we've got a lot of information that we can add and help as well. And, certainly
we'd love to be involved as well in some way, shape or form, because there is, even doing these Go Zero happy hours, there's a lot of information, and I think part of our job, other than being a great minicab service for people and providing electric bikes and electric scooters and helping people get from A to B sustainably, it's the storytelling and it's the education side of things. And you're obviously going to have lots of stages and and if people want to get involved, they can go to the www.thebritishmotorshow.live for more information.
That's right. So that will start to expand on what we've gone on. But you're absolutely right. We'd love to get you involved, and it's people like Go Zero that we need on the stage. So the technology theatre, we need people who are knowledgeable but not necessarily biased. So whilst we will have some manufacturers there because they know what they're on about, clearly they're going to be saying, well, come and buy my car because this is the best one. What we'd rather have is someone like yourselves, and we've got some really great partnerships already. We're working with the IMI, we've got Thatcham on board, who can stand there and say, okay, I'm not trying to promote a car, I'm not trying to sell you a car, I'm trying to sell you a concept. And I think that's for yourselves where you can really help add that value and talk to the crowd for us.
And I think there's different cars for different people. So last week we tried out the Jaguar I-Pace, amazing car if you have 60, 70 grand to spare, unless you can lease it. We also looked at the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, which is just incredible. But again, that's going to cost you the best part of 200 grand. And then there's the Nissan Leaf, and then there's the new Honda E and the Peugeot E308, and all these great little hatchbacks and great cars coming to the fore, including, and we had a good chat with Ford this week, the Ford Mach-E, which is a Mustang SUV version. Very excited to see that. The Polestar, which is an amazing part of the Volvo family, but just an incredible car. So David, please, can we have a Polestar in the Go Zero fleet, please?
Well, the Polestar, I think our fleet is going to expand across loads of different EVs, because if you think about the way the industry is going over the next few years, let's take the next couple of years, so many more manufacturers are bringing out great products. The Ford Mach-E Mustang, what a great brand. Mustang electric, I'm so excited about that car. That's going to be awesome. You've got the Volkswagen VW ID range coming along as well. They are, those are going to be very popular, especially for us. That is a great inner city car in my mind to move people from A to B around on. They're small, they're compact, they're light, they're EVs, Golf size, brilliant. And then, obviously we currently use Teslas, but we love Rivian. The R1T, the R1S, they're coming as well. So many good cars out there that are coming.
Tesla have kind of had it to themselves for a while, haven't they? Because they've been such a premium product. But now, and I think below them, you've had some great cars, but not appealing to what are the petrol heads. The Leaf and the Zoe have been around a while and very capable cars, but petrol heads aren't going to get into them. I think you're right. There's a whole raft of them coming up, and we're working with a lot of the smaller manufacturers. And there's a company out in Czechoslovakia called Node, who produces very cool three-wheeler that will sit 4 people. And when you say three-wheeler, you think, Robin, it's not. This thing is really funky.
The 2020 version of Del Boy's three-wheeler.
It kind of is, but it looks more like Jetsons. It's really cool. So we're talking to them, and they're looking to bring that to the UK. And then there's a company, the guys at Lightning. There's this, it's a British electric supercar. So they're trying to take on Rimac in effect. And it's a really good looking car. A lot of good stuff coming.
Excellent. Okay, so I understand as well you're doing a bit of a quiz for the car fans. So David, and Andy, our CEO Andy Taylor, is unfortunately often is on his bike somewhere and can't join us today for the first time. He's not in the Zoom room, but he is a huge car fanatic. So I think we need to get a team together for your quiz. Tell us a bit more about it.
So you've already said go to the website, www.thebritishmotorshow.live, and you'll see our quiz. And we launched this at the beginning of July, and it's the hunt for Britain's biggest car brain. And we're going to be running this between now and the show in August 2021, and we'll have a different quiz every month, so people can take part every month. The top 5 will go through to a month-end Zoom conference like this, where we've got a few of our celebs who are going to be hosting live quizzes. And then every month, the winner will come to the event. We'll have the finals at the event. We'll put them up against each other, and we'll get that down to the finals on the Sunday, and we will then crown Britain's biggest car brain. So, cool. It's a big quiz. Now, so I've reached out to a number of my colleagues in the industry, people, there's a lot of us that are anoraks out there. And we created the first one, and we had to make it hard. You see these quizzes all the time. It's like, this is the hardest quiz, and then you just sail through it. And there's no point in doing that. So we launched this on the 1st of July, and it's 15 questions, and it's all image-based, so you can't just go and Wikipedia the answer. And I pulled it together, and I looked, and I thought, I think this is pretty easy. So we've had nearly 1,500 entries so far in the first 10 days, and only 2 people have got 15 out of 15. Wow. So we've managed to make it pretty hard, which is good news. So, the people who are watching this, if you think you know your cars, give it a go. And, and if you don't win this month, come back next month, give it another go. And we will be doing a few live quizzes at Cars and Christmas. So if you win there, you'll be able to go through the finals. It's a lot of fun, but we're looking for the absolute biggest car nerd in the UK. And I say that with love.
Okay, well, we'll put the details in the comment box before. So, David, what were you going to say?
I'm now writing that down and going to apply and send it to all my friends who are car nerds as well. So,
we are on the final day, so we'll crown the winner, and then after we've crowned the winner, we're going to put them up against. So we, as part of the show, I haven't really mentioned, we've got a lot of the UK motoring royalty are going to be there. So we've got Mike Brewer, is one of our hosts. We've got Tim and Fuzz from Car SOS. We've got Vicky Butler-Henderson, Mike Rutherford, obviously Paul Swift, as I mentioned before. And we'll be getting those guys on stage because, of course, they think they know everything. And then we'll bring our winner and we'll have a celebrity one. And then let's see who knows the most. So we're going to have a bit of fun.
I know I'm signing up Dave Spickett from the Car Crowd. There's nothing he doesn't know about cars. And Sam Pinkham from Virgin Radio, who's...
really? Okay.
They love their cars. They're absolute car nerds, so it should be good. Sorry, David. Yes.
Can I just start? I've got this idea. I've always had this idea in my mind since I've started this company of having the kind of go 0 quarter mark. Obviously, Teslas are fast. You've always seen. There's so many YouTube videos of Teslas firing it down a racetrack. I thought to myself, hey, wouldn't it be a great idea to get some of our customers and anyone else who wants to enter to qualify their own time and put it on our app or on a leaderboard and kind of do it every year. Hey, and if you're up for doing something like that together, then getting something like that off the ground maybe next year, that would be perfect. Come and set your own quarter mile time in
run what you run type thing for the modern day. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. So
again, that's about bringing the excitement back to motoring, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Cars aren't bad. That's the point. They're not bad. The modern cars aren't bad. We've got to get that back over to people. They're okay. Cars
are fun. And so are bikes and scooters. And just before we wrap up today, just a heads up as well. If your followers at the British Motor Show would like to take advantage of some of the things on our marketplace, we're going to be announcing some very cool partnerships with exclusive discounts for electric bikes and electric scooters, merchandise, that sort of thing. So I'll send you the links for those.
Send the links through and we'll make sure we get the message out.
Amazing. So anyone watching this as well, check out Andy and his team at the British Motor Show. You can also follow them on Instagram at the British Motor Show, and I think that's the main ones for you guys. But
we're quite big on Facebook, so there's a lot of our stuff goes on Facebook. That's our target, I guess, our target audience at the moment. But we're on all of them. You'll find us. Just search for the British Motor Show. You'll find us.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to getting involved. And I know you've got an event later, nearer to Christmas as well. Can we just get a quick update on that?
Yeah. So because we had to push the British Motor Show back to next year, we were obviously disappointed. And this year, for all of us car fans, it's just been decimated. We've had nothing. We're losing the year very quickly. So the plan was always for 2021 to launch something called Cars and Christmas. And we decided, right, we're pushing the motor show back. We're going to bring that forward. So the last weekend in November, it's at Farnborough again, but we are hoping to do a North version, but we haven't got the dates for that just yet. It's a show called Cars and Christmas. It's basically a shrank down, slightly smaller version of the motor show. We'll have an EV zone, retro electric zone, a huge automotive Christmas marketplace. So, if you're trying to find something for the petrol head in your life, come and find it here. So we'll have all of those people there. We'll have a stage, and then we will also have a show. So Paul Swift and his stunt show, he's got Santa on board, which is really good. So, he's pretty busy, but we managed to book him. We're having to limit the numbers at the moment because of social distancing. So at the moment, we're limited to about 10,000 for the 2 days. But people can register. So what we're doing is, if they go to the British Motor Show website, they'll see the Cars and Christmas show. We're letting people register for tickets for free at the moment. And as we know how social distancing is being relaxed, we'll then email and say, right, now they're on sale, and they're only £13 each. It's not expensive, and it should be a really good day. So the idea is, you bring the family down, you get a great day's entertainment, or a couple of hours entertainment in the arena. You then go out and do all your shopping and see some great cars. Thanks, gents.